Hello guys! So, I'm in the video of the progress of my goals, so my yearly goals. I said that my weight loss is not there, even though I'm working out and stuff like this, but this is totally fine. And for those people who are triggered by this video is absolutely for you, because I am explaining in this video what my experiences are, and what I have made up for myself, and how much I increased my knowledge in this whole big thing. So at first I'm starting with my past. So when I was very small, I remember first time in the kindergarten, we had a nutritionist actually there. So it was the first time I heard about healthy food and what to do. So, well, the parents also got a piece of paper, and from that day on, there was one big rule at our house. You have to eat something healthy before you are allowed to have something sweet. So no dessert before you haven't eaten up your meal, your healthy meal with vegetables and stuff like this. So this is the first thing. I mean, kindergarten, I was very small. And I didn't had any issues with my weight. It started with becoming a teenager and getting into puberty. So, and especially after I stopped working out. So, but we're getting to the next part. So my whole life I did swimming. Well, my godmother is a chief master coach for the German swimming group, so for the German team. So I didn't had a big choice in all of that. So, and we moved away, and so the time to get to her training was a long way, and with 1 hour driving. I mean, you Americans, you might smile about 1 hour drive because, like, oh, come on. This is just from one field to the next. But for us, 1 hour is a long time. And but the training I got here in my area wasn't very good, and they just had one darling, and they pushed just her, and everybody else was like, no, you don't have any talent and you are bad. So yeah, with changing back to my godmother, I went from being the last in a competition to being the first, or the second last to the second first. I think it was more like this, but it was an awesome jump. And then it is fun to make sports and to work out, because you see that you are achieving something. But when I grew older, and when you're older than 18, you become a master. Hey, this is a big, this is feeling not cool. And when I was small, I did more than just swimming. So every day there was another sportive activity coming up, adding up to the swimming part. So you see, there was a lot. But when I grew old enough to decide for myself, it was water. Anything that had to do with water. So it was swimming, sure thing, I couldn't get out of that one. I had canoeing, I had high diving, I had diving, I had rescue swimming. So, and the rescue swimming is also on top of a boat. So yeah, I have a license to drive boats in Germany on the rivers. yeah, I wouldn't drive with myself, but hey, I have the license. um, yeah, so this is about sport. So I never had to watch what I eat. I was usually really, really skinny. So when my mother started, like, you are getting too fat, you're getting too fat, my grandma was like, sure. And then she gave me another pancake or something like that. So yeah. It's not very helpful for parents when their own parents are living in the same house. But for me, it was awesome. Okay, so this is actually my past. So I was super skinny. And with the amount, with the measurements and stuff like this I was underweight. It was actually underweight. Okay, so this is my past. Oh, as a girl, I had a six pack. I will see. I think I can put in my picture here. Like, it was crazy. It was, in my opinion, almost a little bit too skinny. So, and now we are getting to the now and then. So I stopped doing a lot of things, and the last 2.5, 3 years weren't very helpful, and also the time before. Well, I had the accident in my wrist, and this stopped me from doing a lot of things. So I used to go to Tough Mudder and stuff like this. So I couldn't do this because all the obstacles where I have to use my hands were impossible for me. Well, I worked out a lot and trained my muscles so I can work on doing obstacles and stuff like this again, but yeah, not too much fun. So now we are coming to why I think, or I say, that it is absolutely okay to gain weight. So the main reason is, and the most hated sentence in my entire life is, muscles are heavier than fat. And well, with knowing my past, I had a lot of muscles. And well, high diving, when I was doing high diving like 6 times a week for 3 to 5 hours per day, plus the swimming, because I couldn't get out of that one. That was awesome. I mean, I had the muscles of my life. So my body knows that he used to have all these muscles. And I am a person who builds up muscles very, very fast. And I'm not sorry, and I don't feel bad about that, because muscles make the whole process of losing weight much, much easier. So why is that so? Well, muscles use up energy. So to say, like, the more muscles you have, the more fat or energy you are using, even though you're not working out. So this makes this whole thing easier. So you are, at the first thing, I recommend building up muscles. So this is very, very hard for someone who just started losing weight, or who set himself goals to get skinnier and stuff like this, because now your whole measurement thing, your whole scale thing is just waste, because you are gaining weight, because your measurements doesn't say anything, because you are losing fat but you are building up muscles. And this is giving you a hard time, because you're not seeing any progress. So therefore, I want you, even though you might be disgusted by yourself, I want you to watch very, very close onto yourself. So for me, I recognized my even, very chubby arm. Actually, I can see like there are some bumps coming and then muscles are coming back. So this is great. I mean, the arm muscles are not very important. You have to focus on the big muscles because those muscles are really using and burning the energy without doing anything. So these big muscles are the one in the thighs, are the ones in the stomach. So, well, when you have a six pack, well, no, if you have a six pack, there's not much fat to burn anymore, so you shouldn't watch that one. Yeah, so stomach, what else? The back is a big muscle, so yeah, in the butt you have 3 different muscles, and I think the maximus is very, very important. And I mean, you just, for the muscle thing, I mean, I heard people losing a lot of weight with just walking. But when you're walking, you're usually not building up muscles. And when you're not building up muscles, I mean, yeah, you are losing weight, but the moment you stop walking, so the day you didn't walk, you are actually gaining weight back on. Does that make sense for you? So because you're not burning up the calories right away with walking, but yeah, and there's nothing that's burning your calories without you working out. So this is, yeah, the first moments or weeks probably are very, very discouraging. Yeah, not very encouraging. So that's fine, because I now explained to you why this whole body is doing whatever it is doing. So yeah, now the different workouts. I already said, like, when you're walking, you have to be walking every single day. If you are putting your amount and your workout, well, the energy, well, you can do cardio every single day. So, well, this is a little bit more than just walking. You can do cardio for every single day, but without gaining any muscles. This is what you are going to do for the rest of your life. So, well, and then you have those workouts. You might have heard of Chloe Ting. Chloe Ting is, her workouts are very intense, and she is a lot about building up muscles. So I'm doing the Insanity workout, and I know that this is almost simple compared to Chloe Ting workouts. My issue I have with Chloe Ting's workouts are, I mean, probably it's for as a YouTuber, and it's smart for her because she put her workout into different categories, and so you are forced to watch 3 to 4 videos every single day, which gives her a lot of advertisement, and which on the other hand gives her a lot of money, so she can get from these ads. Yeah, she's always saying that she's not making a lot of money off this whole thing, but yeah, sure. So this is the smart thing, but for me, it bothers me so much. Yeah, I'm a bad girl. I'm watching usually on Brave browser, which is awesome because it just deletes and skips all the ads. So working out with Chloe Ting makes it a little bit easier, but I mean, even with my Beachbody workouts, I'm skipping the whole ads because I just want to get through my workout. And one workout is 40 minutes, and or 21 day, you can, this is 30 minutes, and I just want to pull through, and I just want to be over with it, and I just don't want to have like the hurdle to click the next video and the next video and the next video. This is this is usually something that doesn't let me make it for a very long time. So yeah, but from the value of increasing the muscles, it's good. And I mean, I saw one video of her where she's like, oh yeah, I didn't work out for 3 months and this is how much I changed. And she didn't change a lot. So I think she didn't change at least a little bit. So I mean, yeah, there are people who are getting muscles, have a harder task, or it's harder for them to gain muscles, and other people, it's easier for them to gain muscles. Well, it's also very, very helpful to know which kind of person you are, because there are muscles and there are muscles. There are muscles for people who are doing this cardio stuff. It's not that they are not building up any muscles, but they are building up a different kind of muscle. So they are for long distances, while those bodybuilders and those, they are building up for just short terms, for very short times. And so the muscles are bigger, but a bodybuilder isn't made for running a marathon, while the marathon runner is not made to lift heavy weights. So was talking about the different working out periods things. So yeah, I'm gaining muscles and I'm doing cardio then for having the biggest amount, or well, the best result. So insanity is perfect, and I think I'm looking into P90X afterwards, but first of all I have to make this insanity workout. Okay, so the next stuff is eating. And with eating, well, I have been sports person for my whole life, and I've seen nutritionists, and I mean, one thing that kept to me was 40 milliliters per kilogram body weight. For me, these are 4 liters, which are way too much. No, but that's fine. And they say like, well, the heavier you are, the less you should eat, and the more you drink, the less hungry you are, so you are eating less, and so it equals out. Okay, makes sense. Makes absolutely sense. And I recognized for myself that I can work out as hard as I want, and I can do as much if I like. So, but the moment I'm not drinking enough, I'm not losing weight, because the body needs needs water to get rid of all the fat you had in your body. Yeah, so the fat and stuff is not washed out. And what you never should forget is, in those fat storage, the body usually puts some toxin in. So when there is stuff he can't work with, he can't use, instead of just washing it out, he is storing it and putting it away in your fat. So your body has a lot to do when you are losing weight, or you are losing fat. So when your fat is getting dissolved. So what different kinds of dieting there are out in the world? big thing right now is this intermittent fasting and stuff like this. Um, I did this for a few weeks and I figured out this is already my habit. So I'm eating very early in the morning and then for the rest of the day nothing, and then like so yeah, I didn't change a lot. Then there was this next thing with this 1,200 calories per day, and well, I wrote down for weeks all my food. And I ate this 1,200 calories. Do you see what I did wrong? I totally destroyed my metabolism. It just totally got destroyed. And as a kid, I remember I could eat whatever I want to. I didn't gain any weight. Yeah, until puberty. And or until my mother said I'm gaining too much weight and I have to eat less. That actually was the moment I started actually gaining weight. So with all the knowledge I have now, I will do something like this not to my kids, because they should keep up their metabolism. Eating regularly was actually what helped me the most. So I heard about the theory that the fat is sticking more to your body when you are doing this intermittent fasting or reducing your calories. So I actually really stopped doing that. So I mean, and I started eating every single hour. And I'm not talking about eating a piece of cake every single hour, but I took a handful of oatmeal cookies I got in a very nice blue-yellow furniture shop or chain. So this is what I did. So I had my package with some of these cookies, and I had my slices of bread with not sugary stuff. And every single hour, well, I watched onto my clock, and I watched onto my watch. I want no. So I watched onto my clock, and I just went and had a bite, just a bite, or probably 2 bites, and I was good. And then I got further into working. Oh yeah, you have to say, well, or I have to add, back in the day, I was working on a construction site, so it was ladder up, ladder down, ladder up, ladder down. And then probably I forgot something, I need new material, so I had to go down like 5 stairs and plus the basement, because all my stuff was in the basement. Yeah, I worked out or I moved a lot back then. So, and then plus this regularly eating, guys, I lost weight. And that was my big thing, because otherwise I would have started with a much higher amount of weight into my whole thing with my wrist. I don't know where I would be right now if it would have been like that. So I lost a lot of weight and I looked really great. And pants were fitting that were fitting for a long time, and this was an awesome time. And then this wrist thing hit. Okay, no pity party here, please. So this is my experience. So don't overeat, but when you are constantly eating somehow this worked for me very, very good. I mean, there are, with this intermittent fasting, the theory is that the body is lowering, what is it, the blood sugar or something. So, and then only when this is down, I think the insulin, only when this is down, the fat can be built up or can be used up. And so, but somehow it worked much, much better for me with just constantly eating and not dropping down. And actually, from the logic, it made more sense to me, because let's say, who is going to give you more wood? A lumber who is in the forest or is meeting with you in the forest, what, because you're living in the forest, or someone who is living in a concrete city, like, I don't know, New York, Los Angeles. We have several of those. Where do you think it's easier to get some wood? And so the body says, like, well, I'm storing my fat because I'm just getting something to eat every 8 hours or something, or every 5 hours. Or the body who says, like, oh, I'm getting constantly energy, I'm just, come on, take it all, just pull it off. I don't need to store it, so you don't have to burn it. You're just losing it, because the body says, like, I don't have to store it. And on the other hand, it's like very, very nasty, because you are moving much, much slower. You are having much more difficulties with going around life with all this weight. So let's put it away. So I thought, like, okay, this makes logical sense. Let's try it. And so this is where I'm going back to. And the other thing that helped me a lot is knowing about ketosis. So ketosis is happening when you don't have any carbohydrates in your system. And, well, the body is actually burning proteins or your fat. Because I think it was easier to burn fat than proteins, but I'm not 100% on this one. So what I am doing is I try not to eat any carbs before after 4 p.m. It is difficult because Andy's arriving home usually later than that, but I'm eating my main meals alone. And so the carbohydrates before 4 p.m. makes sense, because then they are built up or they are digested. And I am someone who is working out in the evening, which has the additional advantages of me getting a better quality of sleep, with burning the last carbs you have in your system. Because with no carbs in your system, the whole night the body runs on fat, which makes it a lot easier to go for the rest. So it makes the whole weight loss progress even a little bit easier. So these are the things I'm doing. And, well, of course, look at the amount or what you are eating. So if you're not eating any cake after 4 p.m., great thing. But this is not what I'm talking about. So you need whole and clean food. So what do I mean with clean? Sure, I hope you wash your food before you do it. Now, it's all this processed food. It has so much sugar and stuff in there that's not supposed to be in food. I mean, there are enough people who made the experiment with some burgers who were still that still look the very same 10 years or 20 years afterwards. So this is something you shouldn't put into your system, because when there is no natural process happening to this burger, your body can't do anything with it. It's a toxin and it might end up in your fat storage. Okay. We are coming to the last point. And this is destroying fat cells. Why did I put this in there? So it's not really a recommendation by me, but I also tried this. So if you paid attention in your biology class, then you know that everything in your body, so especially the proteins, denaturate when you have, 40 plus degrees Celsius. I don't know how much Fahrenheit this are right now. But when you have a high fever, it's dangerous because of this denaturation process. So this is the warmth, the heat you can have to destroy something or in your body, cells in your body. And then there is this low point. So I did this with a low point. There was actually a time when I just checked it and I just did it on one leg. The inner thighs. The inner thighs are always my problem. So even though I work out, there are these inner thighs and they are destroying my pants. I hate this. So I just have to buy new pants because of my inner thighs, because they are scrubbing up all my bottoms. Okay. So, what did I do? I took ice cubes and put it around my leg, so where the fat parts were, and I just let it sit for quite some time, like until it was like very hurtful. And then I just put it away and probably did a little massage or whatever. But you just let it sit very, very cold, and then you're good. And I did this for some time, for a few days. And what I recognized was, I took measurements back then, and the leg where I did this ice cube thing too got skinnier, got smaller. So it is working, but I don't recommend it, because you are actually hurting your body to achieve something. Usually not the best thing. But why is this working? Well, you are destroying your fat cells, and destroyed cells are getting removed by your body. So yeah, I think you know what I mean and in which direction this whole thing is going. Okay, I talked a lot, and I hope I gave you a lot of information. If you want to know more, and especially more expertise things, I recommend Dr. Eric Berg. So it's Eric with a C, and Berg, it's B-E-R-G. So he is on every single platform, and you can find him everywhere, like literally everywhere. He's talking a lot about this, and one thing made me like, probably for the end, made me very curious, or let me think a lot. When he said that he's taking patients and he's helping them to get healthy, not about weight loss, but just getting healthy. And the moment they are healthy, so their blood is fine, so all the nutritions are right and stuff like this, they are starting losing weight like crazy. And he said he saw that healthy people are thin, and he saw like probably this is connected with each other. So when you're healthy, you are thin, and well, not thin people are always healthy, but yeah, when you're healthy, you are usually thin. So yeah, this is what he did. So he worked on that, and I thought this is probably a very, very good way, a very good lead to get the best life, or to get, yeah, to get into shape. So you want to be healthy, and you want that everything is fine and in order, and so you are just concentrating on being healthy, on looking good. Yeah, well, not looking good is, oh, I totally forget. Stress is also a big part. Well, I figured out for myself, as soon as I make myself stress in any kind of way. So if I have stress with doing a lot, I'm just eating a lot of bullshit and I'm not losing any weight. And the other thing is, when I'm making my mental stress, like, oh, I can't eat that, and I have to lose the weight, and I want to lose that amount of weight within the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, it's not gonna happen, because this is mental stress. So stress in any kind of way is, yeah, not helpful, but very disastrous. So it doesn't give me any progress at all. Okay, I hope I gave you so much stuff at hand, and do your own research. This is not all like, oh yeah, I know best. Um, do your research. There's a lot out there, and there are a lot of opinions, and yeah, it's some kind of belief system, what you want to believe. And I tried a lot, and I found my path, and now I have to stick to my path. And eating regularly will be my biggest biggest bet. Trust me on that one. I don't look like this, I know. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.